Hello everybody and welcome to this Minecraft tutorial on piston airlock, yes. And I don't expect you to know everything about redstone, but you should definitely know some things about redstone because it is kind of a intense redstone mechanism, I guess. Yeah. So but I do want to show you a few things that I do use in the piston, and the first one is that redstone can go through blocks like this. It's an interesting mechanic, and I use it in a few places. It's good to know, so you're not confused when you see it. Second one is the transmission vertically of signals. So here I turn it on, and the signal goes up. There's something built like this, and it can come down. There's something built like that. I guess my assistant there is pressing. Right, so there's that. And then the last one I want to show you is something I made. It's called an XNOR gate, if you know anything about logic design. But it's kind of complicated to build. If you don't know how to build gates and certain things, you should try to just look at this video and memorize all the aspects of it. But essentially it's just inverting, ORing, inverting, and then having this here is a NOR gate, and then ORing them. And the purpose of this gate is so that you can have two levers controlling the piston doors. When you hit any one of the levers at any point, the output toggles. This is the output here, right? So at any point, I hit this, that. Every time I hit, the output changes. And this is very useful for any kind of door-like redstone contraption you're building, because you can control it from the inside and outside. So learn how to make this. This is very important. And the next one I'm going to show you is something that's actually a lot more complicated, but let me get the time set so it's not nighttime. Okay, so this next one is very complicated because, I don't know, I just made it. It was my solution to the problem of delaying the bottom piston door. And I'll try to build that for you here. I'll start off with the input. So my first idea for building a delay signal was just a series of redstone repeaters that are delayed. That didn't end up working, and I'll show you why right now. And I'm building it in this specific pattern just because it'll make more sense later on, actually. I also found that for my piston door, 15 repeaters work very well for timing it out exactly right. Oops. And that should be the 15th one if I've counted this out right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, yeah. And I just have these two for the visual effect. Why not? It's more fun. And so let's connect these with redstone in series. And so I made something similar to this in my first attempt to get this to work. And what ends up happening is that the signal is delayed, but if you at all switch the lever during the signal, it'll create pulses that'll change the output eventually. And you'll see this output changing, and each time this changes, that means that the airlock door is opening and closing, and then water would come down into it, and that was not good. So after a lot of thought and just thinking how I was going to do this, I came up with this design that it's essentially I just short circuit this this dilating signal, or this this signal everywhere I could, like this. So I'm just adding redstone gates to where they're applicable. Right here, here, and here, 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 here and here. So at every kind of point on this map, I kind of make a checkerboard pattern, and I short circuit the signal. So what that allows us to do is when we turn on the don't flip that. When we turn it on, it turns on normally, but if you were to turn it off, you would see it would slowly trickle over, and it has the same dilation because we didn't make any of these things any extra delay, so no extra delay. But if you try to toggle it in the middle of each thing, you can see that the off signal does not propagate down really far at all, and it's not unless you let it travel the whole time dilated time, or the whole delay, then it doesn't work, or it doesn't turn off, which is important for this specific reason, because you don't want it to open while the water's there. So that's this design. Hopefully you could rebuild it if you try. I mean, it looks complicated right here, but it's not too difficult to make. Okay, so the next part is the actual building of the piston doors. To do that, you need pistons aligned. So the top piston door opens from above or from below, and you're kind of going down into it. And the way you build that is you're going to have, oops, that needs to have something, oops, again wrong. And then you're going to have these like this, and some on his side. And these are the actual blocks that it's going to be moving. So the idea, these bottom ones right here and here, they're going to be pushing the blocks upwards. These push these, oh, whoops, I screwed that up, didn't I? Sorry. I need to push this one back further. Right. So these side ones push them to the middle, and then these bottom ones push the thing up. And then when you reverse it, these bottom ones will go down, and these things come to the side. And it opens it up like it normally would. So to build it, I'll just add some blocks to emulate what I have built in the actual piston, the actual airlock that I have. Here's where that going through block thing comes in handy. These have to be delayed just so that it can work both ways, one and forward. And the general idea is that these will get turned on first, but they don't do anything until these come in the middle, and that's what allows it to both go up and back. And that works for most of these kinds of, most of these hidden doors. That's how I've built them. I don't know exactly if there's other ways. And then you just connect this all with redstone. You may want to add some repeaters so that the redstone doesn't get, so the redstone doesn't fall out, because it only lasts for 16 or 15 blocks. So I'd add a repeater here, and repeaters are directional, so make sure you put the lever in the right direction. And probably another one here, and another one here. Okay. So now, as I run this, it should open and close correctly. So that's closing it. Alright, so you can imagine this is the bottom of whatever underwater base you have, the bottom of the underwater part. And then you click this again, and it opens, and you can now go through. Alright, so imagine that's like the shaft where the airlock is. Okay, so this is that first gate. Hopefully you can be able to build it from this I've shown you here. The second door is not open side to side, but it opens vertically. And I'll put the pistons down for that. This one. 2 across. Oops. and put the stone. And so what's going to happen is that these are going to push into the middle and then push out one block. So you can think of this as like the wall. You can use this door like anywhere you want it to be. Now, the hard part of using this is finding a way to make it so that you don't have any part of the circuit showing. And the way I've come up with, and this is the only way that seems to have worked for me, can I do it like that? Oh, why not? Is that since when you're closing the door, this is going to be blocked out, so you can't see this part. You essentially have to dig down 2 blocks. And so this is kind of where it's going to be. And the only way this has actually worked is if you have the redstone in this pattern for me. I'm not sure if there's another way to do this right, but this is how I've done it. And also you can't have the lever. Oh, I should actually put the redstone repeaters around. So I'm gonna do something similar to the other gate. And on this side as well. Oops, again. Here. And I'll just take that. The redstone to go all the way around. Right, so this pattern in this exact position is what allows this thing to work. I don't know why that works exactly, but that's how it happens. Then you want to place a lever in a spot that will not screw with this. This is an example of a possible spot. And we can bring this over here and probably put a repeater and bring it over here and connect it to the middle, and actually probably put another repeater in here just in case. And it looks like it's getting nighttime again, so oh, also I forgot about this. You must delay these for the same reasons as you must delay the other ones. Did it just get brighter? Oh yeah, I gave him powers. Okay, so this should work. And the door closes seamlessly, right? And you hit it, and it should open again. And you have this pathway down. So that's how you make this second gate, or the second airlock door. And with all of this, it's now possible to build the entire thing. These are the only things I use. Those 3, this XNOR gate, this, well, I've already used that, but vertical transmission, this time delay, and these 2 doors. So I will show you now in the actual map how everything's put together so you can see it.